is not good, and this is different.
Are, quote, preparing for war.
If you make money, they're going to take it from you.
There's going to be war, calling the incoming leftist members bomb throwers.
A 70% decline.
And cue the fire. We have circuit breakers getting triggered from around the world. And if you're wondering, what's that? Well, let's just say it's probably not a good thing. Korea, off the cliff over 8%. They're like, stop, everyone, breaking news, stop what you're doing. And the Democrat Party is not stopping. They are going full-blown communism. And even their own party is saying, what are we going to do? Well, I'm sorry. Quote, there's going to be a war. I'm like, don't we already have one? Our party handles that. But I guess the Dems want to get in on all this war stuff, and it's spreading like wildfire.
And we stand in solidarity with Palestine. We have the historic responsibility.
We have the historic responsibility
of defeating Israel colonialism. And U.S. imperialism.
I had to look it up, but that's kind of what we are. But I guess they don't want that. Kind of confusing, too, the bald eagle. The eagle's not bald. And this thing. What is that? It's a napkin. She actually posted, yep, and that's where I washed my hands. Like, if you know you are going to run for Congress or president or get into politics, you don't want to document washing your hands because they're dirty on the American flag. But these people do not give a flying F. I don't care if it's the left wing or right wing, or the bald spot. They're all part of the same bird. All part of the same bird, and they want what is in best interest for themselves, their family. Name me one politician that isn't. Yeah. We're going to be here a while. Breaking news, my friends. Politics will not get you anywhere unless you're the politician. I'm just going to take a swing for the fences and guess that you're not, and neither am I. And in the comments section, you don't have to put bravo for president or anything political. I ain't doing it. Although I will take special interest money. I just send it my way. But I will come here every single day and explain how this works and how it can help you and the dollar, which I'm going to explain things that I'm pretty sure you don't know. And starting today, there is some warning bells, there sirens in the dollar. It's not what you've been told, programmed. The dollar, it's going to zero. It's bad. Again, I've never met anyone that can explain even where money comes from. I know some macro guys that know some stuff. But other than that, when you read headline news, it's even more confusing. Understanding the monetary system will help you and your portfolio, or to do things that you want to do because you have a lot of money. Really quick, let me just get this out of the way so we can move on. I like this though. Our team, our year. Look at it. Okay, so these are all liars. How do we know this? Because they're politicians. When these guys get elected, you're not going to like any of the outcomes. On the Republican side, there's a lot of outcomes you're not. Yeah, it's just there's a whole lot more on this side. Let me just say their framework does not work very well within my free market. And when I say start businesses, buy assets, things like that, you really don't want to do that. Actually, you don't want to do anything. You just vote for them and then you get stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, it looks like the Democrats are preparing for war.
According to this new report from Axios, a bunch of centrist House Democrats are, quote, preparing for war if the new slate of far-left members who just won their Democratic primaries ultimately end up joining their ranks in Congress and try to hijack the House floor to extract ideological concessions. 13 House Democratic members and candidates signed on to a Promise to America initiative. They're pledging to stay true to centrist principles, including capitalism over socialism, fiscal discipline, strong borders, and pride in the United States. Among them, current House Reps Tom Suozzi, Adam Gray, Laura Gillen, Don Davis, Kristen McDonald-Rivet, Josh Gottheimer, Maggie Goodlander, Janelle.
Hold on. She's going to read off all the names. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to stop her there and explain something. in politics, in the stock market, there's actually a correlation. Wait, Bravo, I thought you said there is no correlation. No, it is a pendulum that swings. And it is like this. We were swinging this way to Biden. We're probably right there. And everyone's like, no, we don't like that. So then we swung this way to Trump, probably right there. Then everyone is like, what the frack? No, we can't have that. And then it swings that way even greater the next time. So that's what I've been saying. The next 4 plus 2 is a long time. Living in a communist country, it'll even feel longer. Trump actually came out today and he says the communists are finally making their move. Yes, they are. Thank you, sir. Again, the farther the pendulum swings the other way, the next time it swings back. I've been waiting and preparing for this a long time. It's easy to be a communist. All you have to do, I know, just give them anything that they want, and then in return, you lose everything you have. First, it's great. And then later, it's not so good. I'd show it to you, but I'm not. But they're both talking like it's really not that far away. You're just a vote away. They're getting it. Although I know you guys are like, it's rigged. Just rig it the other way. It's actually been a question that has bothered me for many of years. If it's rigged, okay, and they're cheating, can we cheat back? I'm just saying, you're playing Monopoly, and all of a sudden you see your wife put some cash down in by the coin purse down here, and she's shoving it down there. It's like the college days. And then maybe she's hiding the car, in the backside, which you only get once a year for that garage. Also, I don't know why you would steal the car. You're not going to win. You did not marry for intelligence. You married for hotness. So I respect you, sir. My question to you is, are you going to be like, hey, looky there, Boardwalk and Park Place. I'm going to win this game. So I don't know. Just a question that this God-fearing man should not ask. Also, really quick, before we move on to the markets, looks like the Islamic, right? I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of that. Of Iran shot down at least 4. That was just 5 minutes ago. But we understand, sir, that was foolish. Now let's move on to the stock market. And when he's interviewing Jeremy, that's kind of a shocked face, right? You should see what Jeremy has to say.
Particularly if you have to own stocks, own them outside America. Don't own US stocks. It's a nice, simple strategy that you can act on.
Why?
They're much cheaper. And since the beginning of last year, they have handsomely outperformed the US.
Foreign stocks.
Foreign stocks of emerging countries, of European countries, Japan, Canada, Australia, and so on. You can find good broad indices, kind of the world ex-US,
Okay.
or emerging markets. And
Invest outside of America.
yeah, I'm sure they'll muddle through okay over the next 10 or 20 years. And I am not confident that the US will do that.
You're not confident in which part? That the US
I'm not confident that US equities will be intact in 5 years, 10 years.
So what did you learn from this interview? Number 1, I need you in the comments section. South Park, what voice is that? Did not put my finger on it. It was driving me crazy. Rewind, listen to it, and tell me. Okay, so that was number 1. Number 2, don't own stocks. And buy outside. Okay, I'm going to disagree. And then on the third point, which wasn't in this video, he's talking about a 50 to 80% retracement. He didn't actually say it on this show. I found it because I do my due diligence for you. And it was 70.
Closer to a 70% decline than a 50% decline.
A 70% decline you think is in order?
Yes, I do.
But let's head over to the stock market and I teach you, this is crypto. Bitcoin thing, 59. Are we at 58 yet? Actually made some trades on this one. I recorded it. Let me see if I can find it. Hey, look, everyone, I'm not computer challenged. Now let's see if it'll run. I'm pressing play. There it goes. Yeah, the numbers it's moving. I did it. Now I'm waiting for the next setup. Which reminds me, if you guys ever want to know setup, I have a screener. Bravo Scan. And I haven't run a sale on this in probably 12 years. That way when you're like, I don't know what stock, here it is. What did I promise that I would talk to you about? Gold. Okay. Silver, dollar. Because I see your comments in the comment section. I don't want to click on futures We're going to go watch list, although you should trade futures because it is taxed differently than this stuff. But you guys all want to know, where is silver going? Because you've been so accurate. And I say it's really not me, it's the charts. You're under the, I said, here's your 200. You're under it. You were in a channel. You're going to go lower. Although that is on the 2-minute. so never mind, but you just keep gapping down. Bought on silver, here was your 200 that you retested and then you got rejected. And I've been saying, I don't change. Anything that does this is your pendulum. When you go up like this, you give it back. Triangle, break, triangle, down. So you want to know. And no one believed me, and everyone's like, that's impossible. This is your trend line. This is like your healthy trend line in the 40s. That's it. And everyone said it's impossible. While you're in the 50s, you just bounced out of the 40s, come to Papa. Okay, so now gold. Just do the same thing. Also, maybe take a course on it. Learn how to do this. I'm being kind of sloppy, head and shoulders, vertical, give it back. It gave it back. So you gave it back. And then you broke the 200 trend line. We go lower. How much lower? I don't know. Like, here's a good spot, like in the 300. Well, I'll just buy more. Fine. Well, what about the dollar? Dollar's worthless. Well, do you understand the dollar? Yes, they print it. Okay, well, step one, you're wrong. But you hold it all the time. I know, yes, this is a very less than 1%, probably closer to 0% than even 1%. Let me teach you about the dollar that no one knows. Also, if you want to learn how to do it, I have this. My screener is like $2 a day. This one, it's $2.99. You're done. You paid off. You have your course, and I add to it all that. I just added a new video yesterday. But I'll give you the macro, how this all works, and then you get to make money from it. Okay, so going back to the dollar. Every dollar that is in existence is loaned into existence. It is debt, and this is worldwide. China, Japan, Russia, it doesn't matter. Everyone is on the dollar system. And it is a fugazi system. The dollar doesn't exist, but they say, hey, can I have a loan? Banks are like, sure. They don't have any money, they loan it. Every dollar is loaned. Every dollar that is loaned into existence has to be paid back. Now, there's also the interest thing. Where does that come from? I don't know. I've never thought about it. Well, you have to create another loan. It can't be that one. Someone else, or I guess you can, create another loan for more dollars. So there will always be a demand for dollars, which creates more debt, which creates more interest. It's a forever cycle. The U.S. debt clock will always go up. The world is not running out of dollars. They're being loaned. Now, there's less right now. Or let me just say, they're running out of dollars faster than that they can create dollars. So the Fed needs, no. Loans. Loans are slowing down. Whenever you see the dollar get down here and double bottom, and then it gets above the 200, it's going to rip higher. Now, this means right here that there is an oversupply of dollars, an oversupply of loans, which happened, you see 2021, it's like went the other way, huh? No dollars, lots of dollars, lots of PPP loans, lots of the whole world went into loan city. And right here was like that. There was your bottom. Lots of dollars, lots of liquidity. Actually, the banks didn't even want your money. Didn't want your money because then they have to pay you interest. What they want is loans. Guys, we're taking all your stimmy checks and just, they're like, oh, what do we do? The politicians and PPP, like all that. That was that. And then went the other way. So where we is now. I am going to draw a box so I can use it at 5 down here, too many dollars. So here's my box. We have 105, 85. Here, it's not good. I'll tell you what's not good is we are above the 200. We're heading up. It happened over there. This is where all the economies around the world, because a more valuable dollar crushes everyone. And then they have to prop up that you start hearing the yen carry trade. Everyone's like, we got to fix our currency and our debt. It's the loans. It's so expensive. Then you're going to start seeing governments fail. Even though people will say, this can't be happening. This is not, the dollar's going to zero. No, it's not. It really doesn't even exist. So some hope for this. Rising wedge, you can break, go down. But I mean, bigger picture, dollar go up, world gets crippled. We know which way it's going, and you don't want to cross that. You can mark it on your chart. Watch what happens. It hits 105 and all the news and everybody. And I won't be on anyone's show to explain this because my hair doesn't fit in the camera. And also breaking news, the elites, whoever's in charge of this system, they don't want anyone to know about it. And so I tell you about it. I even created another channel on how it all works, which you'll have a screen pop up down here. Just click on it. You watch the videos. They're very good. I spend all week on them. Even like this, for example, this system, yes, it's going to fail. When? No idea. Because the minute it starts to fail, they juice it. Oh, again, we have debt. We create debt right out of thin air. Bonds. Again, you want to shut down inflation, shut down the treasury, shut down creating bonds. And then the banks buy them. And if the banks don't like the rate or we have a problem, the Treasury actually buys them back. Wouldn't that be great? The U.S. Treasury just bought back, this was like today, yesterday, $2 billion of their own debt. It's a Ponzi scheme. When that was, it was the 25th, 26th. Ta-da! So this thing is not going down. And now I know you guys, there's people in the comment. Then why do you support it? I don't support it. I just teach you about it. Now you get to be, no one knows this stuff. What's even greater, I'm like, okay, what can I do with this to make my friends and audience, you're my friend, like how can I have you make your digits go up? And then I do this, actually from you guys. You're like, let's have a competition where you give us money. Link in the description. That competition started, I think, was it yesterday? You guys are crushing it again. I want you to learn how to do it. Like I showed you the glitch. Well, kind of. You don't, right? Not enough. Just like, oh, he's doing it. I do it. It's very profitable. My morning open, very profitable. My student, I don't know what he did, $2,000. And I want to take you away from let's buy gold. Let's stack gold, which is fine, to the 1%. And then trade stuff. Yes, it's fine. Own gold. Just buy low. Sell high if you want, or just keep buying low. I'll come here and tell you where's the cycles. And if you want to know where gold's going here, see, it's all going. Sorry. Looks like the Fugazi system. Look at this. Go back to what? 2005? Where's it? All the outflows. Oh my gosh, Barbara, what are we going to do? This is where my heart is. That's another thing. You know, where your heart is, or where your money is, your heart follows. Be careful. Ever want to fall in love with your asset? Those are the people that get really mad in the comments section. I just say trade it, make digits go up, have financial freedom, even though that's so overused. From my experience, financial freedom is not that difficult. You just click there and click there. But if it was so easy, what as my grandpappy would say, you can lead a horse to water, right? And then finally you start drinking. You're like, holy moly, this works. Well, Scott, this is what I've been telling you for how many years? But the hair, I just didn't trust you. Well, okay then, Scott, you're welcome. And with that, have a blessed weekend. Be careful. It is Friday night, and I will see you tomorrow.